Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have something very special. So inside this box is the brand new flagship digital music player from HiBy, the R8 Mark II. Now I haven't opened this one, so today we're going to open this up and we're going to see what's inside together. So this is the box of the R8 Mark II. As you can see, the box is pretty large and the front of the box is simple. There's not much detail at the back of the box besides a lot of warning messages about the battery. Nothing on the top, nothing on this side, and at the bottom we have the seal, which we are going to break. You ready? Nice, so we have an outer sleeve, and then on the inside we have another, another hard carrying case. And we have broken the seal. Let's open it up. Interesting. This has some sort of magnetic. So a foam cover on the top layer to protect the music player. And here it is. Well, it's heavy. Let's put it aside for now and look at the rest of the accessory package. Well, it's so heavy. So inside the box we have a USB-C cable. I think this one is even thicker than the charging cable for a MacBook. I wonder why they include such a beefy USB cable. Let's see, I guess this is paperwork. Oh, yes, so we have spare screen protector, cleaning and maintenance instruction for Alcantara. So as you remember, Alcantara is the material that they use for the keyboard cover of the Microsoft Surface Pro. Interesting. We will have a look at the Alcantara material on the music player later. And this is Weak User Guide, customized Android 12 operating system, preloaded with HiBy music application, SD card up to 2 terabytes, and fast charging support, single-ended and balanced line out. Yeah, be very careful with this connector, because if you connect your earphones into the line out, you're going to have a bad time. Indicator, I wonder if you can see. USB digital output. As usual, it can serve as the digital audio source for your dongles or external USB DAC, and at the same time it can also act as USB DAC for your PC. So Bluetooth 5.0. We will see whether it has bi-directional Bluetooth in more detailed assessment. Alright, so these are paperwork. Let's put it back. QC, warranty card. So paperwork. Let's put that back and we will look at the rest of the package. What do we have here? Oh, so this is the included protective case. I must say it's really nice. So this is the usual bendy clear plastic material as you expected, but on the sides we have Alcantara, soft, easy to very, I can say it's more like felt like fuzzy material. It feels good to the touch. The upper and the bottom panels are lightly frosted, kind of like more matte finishing. It feels good. Nice. Let's see anything else in here. Oh, that's it. Let's put everything back. So satisfying. Let's try one more time. I like magnets. Now let's look at the music player itself. Oh my god, it's heavy. It's so heavy. I mean, just look at it. So here's it, the HiBy R8 Gen 2. Just look at it. So the back of the device is covered in Alcantara, similarly to Microsoft Surface, the keyboards of Microsoft Surface. And the rest of the device is, I can say, this is just a chunk of stainless steel. Highly polished, heavy, premium. It feels so good to the touch. Okay, let's do some size comparison. So this is the R3, this is the R8 Mark II. And let's see, here I have the R6 Pro 2. So this is from top view. Not much difference, but let's see from the side view. Yeah. This one is huge. Very heavy. Very heavy. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, so this is the R3 Gen 2. And you can see how much of the difference between the pocketable one, the middle one, and I guess the largest possible one. And let's see. And for comparison, this is my Abasso DX300. This device, the Abasso, was pretty heavy. It was one of the heaviest music player I have ever used, and it's still much lighter compared to this one. The Abasso is longer, narrower, but way thinner than the R8 Mark II. Let's see. Here I have a normal Android phone. I think this one is Xiaomi Mi A1. 4 point something inch. And this is how it looks like. As from this profile, there are not too much difference with each other. Now let's look from this one. It's unbelievable. So I have received some questions from some members on HiBy about checking the size of this device when it is in your pocket. So let's have a look. So let's try to put it into this pocket. yeah, you are not going to carry this one outside. I think if you move, your pen should start to go down. So where's the SD? Oh, right here. You ready? First time turning on. Here it comes. So when we wait for the R8 to boot, let me just quickly grab the R6 Pro 2, and so we can see whether there's any difference in the software. So from the first glance, I think the software on both of these devices are, I think they're roughly the same. Yeah, pretty similar. We have the internet, we have, as usual, we have a lot of different audio options. So again, we have amplifier operation, whether you want class A, class AB. We have different gain option. When you turn on turbo mode, there's no turbo mode on the R6 Pro 2. As usual, you can have a lot of different plugins. For example, the very excellent dynamic range extender plugin from Joe Block from HiBy. And then you have system-wide EQ. So let's put some music on this one, on this player, then we can have some first impression about the sound quality. So as you can see, we have started to scan the SD card for tracks. Let's see how fast it goes. Still waiting. Here we go. So for the listening impression, I'm going to use two IMs. So the first one I'm going to use is the Campfire Audio Andromeda. The reason for this one is I want to test the noise level of this music player, because the Andromeda is extremely sensitive. So it would make a lot of hissing noise if the music player doesn't have a very quiet output. For the second test, I'm going to use the HiBy Yvonne. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the name of this IM, but it's the new IM from HiBy with 4 balanced armature driver. The reason why I use this one is because it is the latest IMs from HiBy, from the same manufacturer. So let's see how they work together. And also because I found that this IM is pretty transparent, in the sense that when you switch between different music players, or even when you add or remove an external amplifier to a music player, it is easy to hear the difference with this IM. So let's see how it sounds with the brand new R8 Mark II. Yeah, again, as I mentioned, with HiBy IMs, you need to be extremely careful whether you are plugging into the line out or the phone out. So we want phone out, we don't want line out in this case. And just to be sure, I will turn the volume as low as possible. Let's see. Now what shall we listen? How about some Polyphia? So right now we're on class AB low gain. So I think this is like the least loud, that least intensive configuration of this music player. Yeah, so far so good. So with the least loud configuration of this music player, the class AB low gain single-ended output, the background is I mean like the amount of noise and hissing of this music player is negligible. So it works with Andromeda. About the sound, I would say from just from first impression, I think it is more crisp and more punchy than how I usually hear the Andromeda with my Abasso DX300. So everything just like more crisp, but it's not like harsh and piercing. It just sounds like Andromeda. But the Andromeda, if you look at the tuning, there's like a fat hump around the lower mid-range. That if the music player is kind of loosey gooey, this area would sound more fuzzy. But that was not the case with the R8 Mark II. We need to see, we need to do more careful listening. But so far so good. Let's try another track. And how about we listen to some hi-fits? As usual, with Andromeda, turn down the volume to minimum before you switch track. So we're going to listen to Sibelius Violin Concerto. Yeah, very crisp, very clean. Yeah, again, it is cleaner and crisper, and just a little bit more dynamic than how I usually hear from the Andromeda. It almost turned the Andromeda from like a warm, dense sound into, it's still warm, still neutral warm, but it's a little bit like lighter, more open. The stage is good, imaging is good. This pairing sounds really good. Let's switch to class A and see how it goes. So on the R6 Pro 2, when you switch from class A to class AB, it also depends on the IEMs, but with some IEMs the change is pretty noticeable. It's like a little bit more mellow, but the stage, everything just like pushed further away, like every instrument just like spread out, expanding. So let's see if we can hear something like that with this device and these IEMs. Again, lowest volume, and we will see how it goes. Yeah, I like class A more than class AB. As I mentioned, it's a little bit, it's less tuck sharp than the AB, but everything more spread out. For this particular kind of music, it feels more organic. I know that words doesn't really have the same meaning across different listener, but to me it just sounds better for this particular recording and this particular IEMs. Alright, now let's switch back to class AB and low gain, and let's try different IEMs. Now, the HiBy in-house IEM. This time we have 4.4 output, and again let's start again from low volume and let's listen to some polyphia. What can I say? It sounds pretty good. This music player, it makes this one sound expensive. Let me just grab my R3 Gen 2 and we can listen to exactly the same track and let's see the difference. I didn't plan to do comparison, but I'm just curious. I'm just curious about the difference between this one and the lowest one in the lineup, because I mean just by itself, standalone, I think this music player pairs very well with it makes this one sounds better. So I just want to confirm. So the same album, same file, and we are going to listen from the smallest one, from the HiBy R3 Gen 2. Yeah, very different. So with the R8 Mark II, the big one, you can say the black space between notes is stronger. Just like that, a bigger contrast between the silence and the note. So it's just like, and every pluck of the guitar, every note is like, it feels more crisper, more defined on this one, comparing to the R3 Gen 2 in direct comparison. And the guitar sounds more detailed on the R8 Mark II as well. For the last test, let's see how this IM would sound when we use the Class A amplifier from the R8 Gen 2. As usual, turn down to minimum. Yeah, it's quite noticeable. I think noticeable to the point that I can be confident about the difference without repeatedly swapping back and forth. So with the Class 8, I can say the peak of the transient is softer. It is not very crisp, not extremely defined as when you listen to the Class AB. Everything is a little bit more mellow, but at the same time it's spread out just a little bit more. So I think it depends on the taste. As far as we know, the Class A is would consume more battery compared to Class AB. And speaking of battery, we have lost only 1% so far. So far so good. And the heat, the device not hot. I know that when I play music for this amount of time with the R6 Pro 2, it's going to get warm, but not with this one. So that is the first impression and unboxing of the HiBy R8 Mark II. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and we will be back in several weeks for more detailed review of this unit. Thank you. Bye.